Welcome everyone to yet another episode of Saptarishis Astrology. We are back today with our Vastu man, Girinder Bhartiji. Welcome Girinder Bhartiji. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Nice to see you again, Girinderji. And today I promise our viewers that it's going to be a different episode, not the normal Vastu thing that we do. We're going to combine Vastu with a very, very powerful method that I have seen over the past 2 years. Girinderji use it on several occasions in his life, and he's given me the feedback, and also with some of my friends' lives, and they have had good results. And it's something that requires daily practice. So I have a question to everyone. Let's assume we all can't afford, we are in college or we are in school or whatever, and we can't afford to do the Vastu. Maybe parents not allowing, wife not allowing, husband not believing in Vastu, or it's too costly, whatever. So can Vastu really help here, Girinderji?
Yes, definitely. Definitely it can help.
How?
Because for the last so many years when I was researching on the tech which can help people, Vastu is definitely one of the most potent way we can help them come out of their miseries and give them the best of their lives possible. But it is not the only one. And it's so nice of you that you were asking people for some, in a way, full of value and without any money rectification process. This is a very good approach only you can think of, and definitely I am there to provide you that thing which I have applied in my own life, in the lives of countless of my clients and my friends, and they are all get very much benefited even while they didn't done any Vastu of their house.
Yeah, that's good, because I'll tell you why, Girinderji. I think in the very first episode I mentioned, how difficult it is in India to get Vastu done, because the Vastu Pandits charge so much of money, one. Second, you may not have the resources to do it, the money to make the changes, or even to buy few items, getting it from different places and placing it in different directions, And
Yes.
being born in a Christian family, I know how difficult it is to convince your parents and your spouse to make the changes, etc. And I've gone through this pain. And I always believe that there has to be something different. And when I saw your approach, that there has to be something easy for people to do it, and when I saw your approach, and that same approach, I used to do it in 97, 98, during those times when I was in the New Age spirituality movement. And I did not take it that extensively the way you have taken it, because I'll tell you to my audience, to the viewers, that I've seen Girinderji headstrong about this technique that he's going to talk about today. I've seen him so positive. It's not fake. And somebody can fake it for a day or two. I've known him for 2 years. He's very positive about it. He's told me the kind of results he has gotten out of it. Okay, it's his own experience, plus, of course, of his friends and clients. So, Girinderji, let's cut the chase and come to the point. How can we help people?
Yes. First of all, Sunilji, I want to explain how it works, because if you don't have the logic, your conscious mind will not believe it.
Okay.
The logic behind it is that what we do in Vastu actually, we actually program the subconscious mind of the house by all the techniques we use to rectify in terms of the 16 directions, 5 elements, or energies and devtas and everything. They're actually affecting the subconscious mind of house. And at the same time, we also need to program our subconscious mind. It means the residents who are living in the house who are actually facing the problem, because if they don't program their own mind, they are actually using an approach in which you are pushing the accelerator and brakes of the car at the same time and reaching nowhere, and pushing and pulling a lot of stress and strain on the engine of the car, which is your own self.
Okay, I would like to go back because you use some new terminology. Okay, I would like to go back and share this presentation so that you go slow again for our audience. Okay, you mentioned something about uh, subconscious mind of the house. What is that? Has it got something to do with Vastu Purush?
Definitely, it is not only with the Vastu Purush, but with the 5 elements, directions, and everything that is related to Vastu and your house and the Vedic terminologies they are using. Everything is related to the subconscious mind of house. The way it should be. It means the way universal laws should be followed, so that you can get unlimited happiness and prosperity and peace of mind. This is what our seers and ancient peoples have found out, which we are following now. We haven't created Vastu, you know it. And in the same way, if we are able to program the subconscious mind of the residents with the same type of universal laws of the mind and brain and what neuroscience is presenting in the moment, which was not possible 10 years back. You would be surprised to know that how much we know about the neuroscience. Almost 90% of it we know only last decade, because before that there were no machines to find it out what is happening in our mind in the real time.
So you're saying the programming has to simultaneously go. What you're doing with Vastu corrections is the space, the physical space, and so you are actually programming the physical space and also the mind. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I can give you an example. The way when we ask you to put a green scenery, a lush green scenery in the north zone of your house, if you want to attract new opportunities in your programming of that particular zone of money and opportunity, so that it will become programmed and keep on giving you new opportunities. The same type of techniques I'm going to give you for your own mind, so that it is keep on working on the simultaneously different levels of your life.
Okay.
And giving you excellent results, which you can't even imagine right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the instruments and all the rectifications we are using in our Vastu, we are actually doing the programming. Like in the Southwest, when we put Mandarin doves, what we are doing, we are programming the zone of relationships. Actually, visually, what they do in Feng Shui, when they put image of a laughing Buddha. In Hong Kong, if you go in every restaurant, if you enter, you will see a very big statue of a laughing Buddha. And it's a tradition there that the people enter and they stroke their hand on the belly, big belly of laughing Buddha. They laugh and then they enter. Now see the beauty of this logic, because laughing Buddha is nothing but a visual representation of a person who is very happy, so much happy that he is laughing, and he's like they say, full of eating good food so that he is so fat. And he has a bag full of riches, and he has some children on his back, which shows his lineage. He has a book in his hand, which shows the wisdom, and he has a big staff in his hand, which shows that he has the power of empire also. So it is a representation of so many positive things in only one statue. And when people touch their belly and they start laughing, you change their psyche immediately. So this is what we do. Actually, we are programming our house with that particular feng shui item.
Yeah.
So this type of science is going on with every type of rectification we are going on. But what our point is in today's conversation is how to provide the techniques which don't need the exact interference in your house vastu. The region could be anything. We don't go into the depth, but you should have the power to create changes in your life without touching anything in your house, but changing something in your own brain. Like changing the same type of rectification techniques of visual and affirmations for your own mind without even telling to no one. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are all waiting now. Let's see what's next. Shall I share the presentation, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is the secret affirmations.
First of all, I want you to take to the point where we were talking about the clarity of mind, where we were asking two questions. Can you go back?
This one?
No, the first one. The clarity of mind. Before.
Okay.
So from here we start actually. We need a clarity of purpose. First of all, we need to know exactly what we want. If you ask vague questions, you will get the vague answers. So the question should not be, I want happiness. It is very vague. What is happiness for you can be sadness for someone else. I want good relationships. It's very vague. With whom? And what should happen in your life with certain person that will show you that you are in a good relationship. You should be so much clear. The thing, I need a lot of money. Everybody wants a lot of money. How much money and in how much time you want it, and what are the plans you have to get it should be there. So the clarity of purpose is most important thing. Even if you want to program the vastu of the house, or you want to program the subconscious of a person. So the most important, there are two ways you can find out. Number one is to ask yourself, what is the problem?
Okay.
Are you passing through some relationship issue? Are you passing through some career issue? Are you lacking of money? Do you not able to achieve peace of mind? Or you are fighting with some illness? It could be anything, but you should know what is the problem. And the second thing is, what do I want? And write it exactly as clear as possible, the way I was explaining you right now, that what exactly I want. Then comes the second step. Now you can go to affirmation, what we were talking about. Yeah, about the affirmations, I think most of you have heard this word so many times before.
True.
I keep on meeting daily people who say, yeah, I know about affirmations and I have done 1 or 2 times in our life, but after that we stop doing it. So this is not the point. It means you have not done it, because it is like, it is such a powerful tool that so easy to use, because it works on the words you are using in your mind, moment to moment to moment. And we have to change that programming by focusing our thoughts on the things what we want most, and not on what we don't want. So,
I want to play the devil's advocate here. Okay. Yes. I want to share some experience of a friend of mine, okay, who started with this affirmations thing, and he could not take it ahead because he did not have that probably the passion and the belief in it, okay, or the mental attitude to take it forward. And he said, no, it's just about being fake positive, just being, externally positive for those few minutes, Then I told him, to shadi kar, tere ko pata chalega. Get married, you'll come to know. Later he got married. And he said, my wife only complains about one thing. I said, what? He said, it's now 5-10 years of marriage. Okay. She says, you don't tell me I love you anymore. He says, I've given her everything. She knows I work hard for him, work hard for her, what not I've done. Okay. But the complaint is showing that I love you in the original Shah Rukh Khan manner, okay, which he used to do during his courting days, okay,
Yes, yes.
and not saying it. So I told him, okay, even he says, my stress in the business is so much, I can't get romantic anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel kiddish saying in front of my child to my wife, I love you. Okay.
Yeah.
Saying in front of my child, that I love you to my wife, I said, there are ways to say it, it's like a man or a girl looking every day in the mirror. Okay. Some of us look once in the morning, and some of us keep on seeing every half an hour, 1 hour, or at least on the selfie. Okay. And saying, I love you, man. Man, I'm handsome. Man, I'm beautiful. Okay. So that is like an affirmation. Am I right or wrong? Saying it to your wife, saying it to yourself, believing in it. That same mode, if we put it in this affirmations thing that you're talking about, will that work? Believing in it.
Can I will take your question in two parts, okay? Number one part, when you were saying that some of your friends say that they are not feeling so much belief, so much passion, able to repeat their affirmations. The secret is that we all are not very happy by repeating things verbally, because there are three channels by which we learn. Number one is auditory, number two is visual, number three is kinesthetic. Means there are people who learn most by listening or repeating things, saying things. There are few people who are learning by looking at things, by visualizing. And there are few people who are very much feeling oriented. They are bodily kinesthetics. Their kinesthetic mode is very much working.
Okay.
And that is why, if you are giving a technique to a man that you have to repeat this affirmation 3-4 times, he only has to speak it. If he is not an auditory person, he will never like it. So what we do, we ask him to write it down also. Because if he is a kinesthetic person, a feeling oriented person, he would be very efficient and happy while writing it. I'm so happy and full of gratitude that doing this and this. And in the same way, if a person is visual, we ask them to visualize for only 30 seconds a particular affirmation. Suppose a person's affirmation is, thank you God, I'm out of this illness. So he can for 30 seconds only visualize himself that he's completely healthy and out of the illness. Okay, this is the answer of first part.
Fantastic answer. Fantastic answers. You have solved the problem. Thank you, sir. Second part.
And we are going to give the all the three options to our viewers.
Correct.
In the next minutes. The another part, when you were saying, has the same type of answer you are going to get. Maybe the wife is an auditory person. Then she would like, even if he will give the world to her, she will only want to hear, I love you in her ears.
Correct.
But if a woman is a feeling oriented person, until and unless the husband comes and hug her, she will never feel that the person loves her, because even if he is saying all the time, I love you, it is of no use, because she's a feeling oriented person. So these are the things should be keep in mind while you are interacting with people. So if we know this,
perfect answer.
then I want to give such a technique. I want to give one technique here to the people like your friend. Make it a point that whenever they enter their house after the full day of work, make it a point that whenever they come after 2 hours, 2 घंटा वो बाहर रहते हैं घर से, तो whenever they enter the house, they have for 3 minutes, they have not to do anything else except go to their wife, ask them how she was, what she is doing, is she okay, And of course, you can say those three magical words that I love you. Only for 3 minutes, they have to taken care of whenever you are entering, and your problem is solved forever. But make it a point to keep it doing every time you are entering your house. It is not a very big deal. And it is one of the most important techniques. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, life, what I realized from your point is, life in itself is an affirmation.
Yeah,
Every moment of our life in itself is an affirmation. Either I can think negatively all my life, throughout the day, every hour, what somebody has done to me, what I have done to somebody, or, how much money I'm losing, how much money I'm gaining, or I'm going to enjoy it and say, that's what I was thinking yesterday. Okay, man, I'm not going to worry about where my money is going to come from. I'm going to worry about how I'm going to spend my money. I thought it yesterday.
But I can tell you, still you are wrong.
Yeah, but
you were using the
word.
Come
out of depression. Yeah, come on.
You were using the word worry.
Yeah, I meant think.
Yeah.
I meant think. Because yesterday I made a decision. Okay, I'm going to spend some money, and somebody told me, who was it? Naveen or you? No, you or Naveen? I don't remember. Yesterday I was speaking to him. He said, just go ahead and spend it. No, it was Gulshan Gaba, my dear friend. She's a very good Vastu, this thing. So she said, sir, don't worry about the money. Just go and spend it on your wife. So I made that decision on the holy day. Holy thana bhi 2 din pehle.
Yes.
Okay, let's come to affirmation. Let's come to business. I know sometimes, you and me are friends, so we go here, there and all that. But I'm quite sure everybody learns out of this. Because life is not about a YouTube video, where it's a 15-minute video and what you want you get. Life is about just relaxing and enjoying and learning from each one, each one. Okay. So let's come to our techniques. How do we show the technique? How do we use affirmation? Is there a simple method?
I just want to tell you one thing, because you were saying perfectly well when you were saying life is another way of saying that it is affirmation, because all the time you are thinking something, and whatever you are thinking is actually something is repeating in your mind. And if you are repeating most of the time what you don't want, with the help of law of attraction, you are all the time attracting it in your life. So just like I said before, that we have to make it a point to repeat most of the time what we want and not what we don't want. So what is the point of affirmation is that how to make it. I just give a simple example. It is a law of 3 and 3. It means, suppose you are passing through some illness and you think, I want to give another secret here, Sunilji, that we need, like you were saying, that you don't have that particular belief. If a person is passing through certain illness and he thinks that people like this don't get well and they die, how can he get the belief? So the best thing is that you always, first of all, collect the beliefs possible regarding that certain illness, all the people who got well and enjoying their life right now. Yeah. If you have ample set of beliefs, ample set of examples of all the people who have come out of their financial crisis, same like yours, who has come out of relationship issues, same like yours, the people who have come out of depression, same like yours, you don't have to believe nobody. It is so simple and so clear to see if they can come out.
So can I.
So can I. And then you start making an affirmation, a positive statement, just like I have given in later slides. Triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I am full of life again. If a person is full of depression, he thinks he's totally out of life. And this affirmation works like a miracle booster. I have seen it working on so many people, including my own self. And when you are saying these simple words, triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I am full of life again, And like you have seen the law of 3 and 3. Best is to do 3 times a day.
Okay.
And minimum 3 times. Each time you are repeating it.
Okay. So let me repeat this. I have to, suppose I get up in the morning. Okay. I'm fresh. My puja part over. Then I write it down 3 times, or I repeat it 3 times, or I visualize it 3 times.
Yes. Yes.
So it's going to take me only 10 seconds.
Maximum. Hardly. I said even if it takes 3 minutes, it is nothing to change your whole life.
So then I do
more
this
than
once. Then I do it in the afternoon. Then I do it in the night.
In the night before sleeping.
Okay.
That is the most important time.
Right.
And another thing, like we were talking, we are talking about depression right now. Taking an example, like thank you, triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I am full of life again. Triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I am full of life again. Triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I am full of life again. You can either repeat it in your mind, and if you don't feel like repeating in your mind, you can even record it in your mobile, and you can listen it to whenever you have time. 3 times you can listen it to repeating to yourself. Another thing, you can take a pen and paper. You can write it down 3 times and tear off the paper and throw it and go to your own work. Another thing which you were telling right now, you can visualize yourself full of life again, playing with your friends, enjoying music, going to movies, doing whatever you used to do when you are really full of life. So there are so many ways you have to impact your subconscious mind, which is actually being impacted all the time with all the subconscious thoughts which are going on, all the unconscious streaming of thoughts for which you have no control. But if you are started practicing this and make affirmations for all the issues you have, right? Ask the first question, what is the problem? The second question, what do I want? There might be 1 problem, there might be 3 problems, write all of them, make all the affirmations, and then use all the techniques like I have shared right now. Either record it in the mobile or start repeating, using it like an auto suggestion, or write it down on a piece of paper, or start visualizing it. Or if you want to really impact, you can use all.
Oh.
You can use all.
No problem that it will get mixed up.
No problem. Nothing. Because actually, we are auditory, visual, and kinesthetic all at the same time. Actually, going deeper, we are olfactory and gustatory also.
Okay. What's that?
But that is either some people are getting impacted by the sense of smelling and the sense of eating also. We use it in our visualizations also many times. But I'm only talking about these 3 modes of learning right now. And those are the things we only use to make our visualizations stronger. But that can be the part of subsequent videos when we will do going into advanced forms of visualizations. But in this moment, these type of all the exercises are more than enough for a person to do as many times as possible during the day. And another secret I want to tell you, that you should not ever attached a lot with the outcome. How so much important it is to your life in the moment. But don't attach too much. After all these exercises, repeat once always, this or something better.
Give it to the universe to decide.
Yes, because when you say this or something better, universe has all the options to give you happiness, not only one single way, which your small brain is.
You're not limiting the universe.
Yes, you are not limiting it. You are actually giving it all the possible ways to give you that thing.
Right. Okay, I want to ask you a question. You were talking about in your slide, you're talking about expectation mode. What is this expectation mode? It's like getting ready for the affirmation.
Expectation mode is something which actually there is a law which says you don't get what you want. You only get what you expect. This is a very powerful thing. And there are so many researches which has been done on this thing. So if you want something in your life in the moment, and if you close your eyes and go back inside yourself and feel how much expectant I am
Okay.
that this thing is going to happen, it could be 10%, it could be 90%. Then remember that this much is the possibility you are going to attract this thing in your life. Because expectation is the most important thing. And the affirmations I want you to give in my next slide are actually the best way to get yourself into the expectation mode. Daily in the morning time, you have to repeat to yourself. You can ask yourself, what if today is going to be the best day of my life? What if today I'm going to receive the best call of my life? What if today I'm going to meet the best person in my life who is going to change everything for better and forever? What if today I'm going to make the best deal of my life? What if today I'm going to have the best experience of my life? When you repeat these words daily or anytime during the day, you are actually sending these vibrations to the infinite limits of possibilities, so that anything can happen to you. But what is going to happen? These are like the seeds. Because if you are putting the seeds in your garden, what if today I'm going to fail? What if today I'm going to broke? What if today he will say no for giving me money? What if? But it is all what if I'm not going to get what I want. You are putting the seeds in the garden of infinite possibilities. Imagine what type of powers you are going to get. So if you are putting the seeds of infinite possibilities, the best one possible, and these are the affirmations which I have found through the years of my studies, are the best way to unlimit yourself actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And to put you in the expectation mode and not in the getting mode.
So it's also like first removing the blocks, the negative blocks from your mind. Like for example, you've written money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly from both expected and unexpected sources. So you're saying money is going to flow now.
Of course, actually, it is much deeper than that. The words easily and effortlessly are hypnotic words. They actually take you into trance whenever you repeat it. And also, when you are saying both expected and unexpected, people are actually so much focused on one thing. Oh, I have only one way to get the money from my salary. And if it is finished, I am finished.
Yeah.
So if your mind is not opened to unlimited possibilities of the universe, how it is happening? So as I told you before, that we are living in a belief-driven universe. If my belief is that I can only get money from expected sources, I will keep on getting money only from expected sources. So in each and every affirmation we are using here, it is very scientifically made actually. And it is unblocking you, unlimiting you, at the same time taking you into trance and giving you such a wonderful feeling of like money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly from both expected and unexpected sources.
What
so
I
the
used
way
to do,
you are speaking also important.
Yeah, the passion you bring in.
Yes. Not money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. No, not like this. Money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly from both expected and unexpected sources. Remember the words a hypnotist is using to hypnotize a subject.
Correct.
Slow down. They don't say, slow down. How can they sleep? They can't. And you are hypnotizing yourself in the moment. So do it with passion and slow voice.
Correct.
Yes,
What I used to do, is I used to first for 30 seconds, I used to slow down my breathing. I used to close my eyes and just go into a slightly relaxed state. And then I used to do this, as if in front of me is universe or in front of me is my girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 97. At that time I was not married. So being a Shah Rukh Khan fan, I used to then just say it as hypnotically to the universe, that, okay, bring me this, or I want to be like this, But of course, those were good old days where there was less stress. The more stress comes in, you lose focus on affirmations, And that is the reason I'm making this video, because that's something I've lost out in life, the affirmations thing. Okay, I want to now ask you, you're going to give us something more powerful.
Yeah, I can give you, which I have myself created over these years. And this is something which we use for most important blocks, for which the normal affirmations won't work, or we have they're thinking that we are not able to solve it easily. We are not going to get it easily there. And these type of moments comes into everyone's life sooner or later.
Correct.
Where they feel that like we need something big, so that in only one hit we can come out of these problems. So this is like a super affirmations, and this is going to use 3 most important words. Number 1 is triumphantly, number 2 is victoriously, and then number 3 is miraculously. So like suppose a person is finding himself stuck in a situation. It could be anything, but he's feeling so much stuck and he don't find any way out. Then this is the best affirmation possible, shortest possible, and most powerful. Like you are saying, triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, I have come out of this issue. Just repeat it 3 times. Whenever you start feeling that pain in your heart regarding that particular issue. Why triumphantly? Because that is the something after which nothing works. The most positive thing.
Okay.
Triumphantly. Second thing is victoriously. Mean we will come out of this issue being a victor, not a victim. So victoriously is important. And the third and most important thing is miraculously, is that because we know it is very difficult to come out of this situation, we need a miracle.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a point. You explained it very well, the TVM method. Triumphant,
yes.
Victorious, miraculous.
And miraculously. I have come out of this issue, or I have attracted this much amount of wealth, or I am full of life again. You can use anything you want, whatever is troubling you in the moment. But I can guarantee you, I have seen so many lives changing for the best just by using these simple 3 words. And I want to tell you that words are so much important, whatever you are repeating in your brain. I want to share one.
I think we have a bad reception.
Another.
Can you repeat, please? I think we have a bad reception. Hello.
Beautiful word. Like most of the people use. Hello. Are you getting me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. So, what I was saying, that some people are using a word nowadays, fantabulous. It is a combination of fantastic and fabulous. I want to share another beautiful word, which is used by actually Dr. Joe Vitale. And this word is you heard about catastrophe. Catastrophe is one of the extreme negative word we can heard of. दुखों का पहाड़ टूट पड़ना हमारे ऊपर.
Correct.
Catastrophe. But another word which we can use is benestrophe. खुशियों का पहाड़ टूट पड़ना. Benestrophe.
Can you explain it?
Benestrophe is खुशियों का पहाड़ टूट पड़ना.
Okay.
It's like a mountain or an avalanche of happiness is throwing upon you.
Okay.
It is benestrophe.
Benestrophe.
So, benestrophe, not catastrophe.
Okay.
So, if you keep on using the best words in the vocabulary which you are using for thinking most of the time, you will start getting that. Like if somebody is asking me, hey, Girandarji, how are you? I always say, I'm better than excellent. I never say, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. I'm awesome. Feeling better than excellent.
Okay.
So when you are repeating these words, you are actually creating those feelings inside you. So this is such a simple secret, and we don't use it most of the time. And you were 100% true when you were saying that our whole life is an affirmation, because every moment we are thinking something, and their thought is actually creating some simultaneous emotion inside us. And just like I give you an example, if all the time I'm speaking catastrophe, what type of emotions I'm going to get inside my brain? I just have to change the thoughts I'm thinking, or some words, some mechanical habits I have to change. And you can't imagine how much happiness one can get in a lifetime.
Okay. Can you give us some examples, of how to use the TVM method, on, I know this there in the slides, so people are going to benefit out of different situations, like wealth. So we say triumphantly, victoriously, miraculously, I have attracted so much of wealth in my life, or attracted so and so amount in my life.
Yes, this is very important. We should be totally clear of how much amount of money we want to attract, and we should not be vague in these sort of situations. And whenever we are repeating about relationships, because here we have not so much space, so we can't write the clarity for each and every person. But whenever a viewer has to write for themselves, they have to write it clearly and exactly what they want actually. So after triumphantly, victoriously, and miraculously, you have to write your problem as if it is already solved, and repeat it 3 times minimum, 3 times a day.
Okay.
And see things happening. Minimum 3 times a day. You can repeat 30 times a day. No issue.
Okay. Here we have developed one thing at point number 8. The readers and viewers can see. This is the servant issue, because I notice, when we interact with so many people in India, and Indians always have servants problem. Their servants come, go away, take holiday on their own, will come on their own time. Then the wife will bitch about it, or gossip about it, will speak ill about the servant, which is a very wrong word. I'm so sorry. So that's a colloquial word used here in Bombay, India. So I see, most people have this servants issue, and servants issue is like Saturn issue. And then speaking ill about them is like second and third house from Saturn. So wherever your Saturn is, if you're talking bad about your servant because she's not working well, because she's cheating or stealing, from your house, which is normal here in India, so you're in a way still spoiling the second house from Saturn, or the third house from Saturn, because you're communicating against your servant, So it is attracting a good servant is automatically, I would say, you're healing your Saturn. And most, what happens with ladies, Girinder Bhai, every morning they'll get up, they'll talk to their 5 best friends. Okay, has your servant come or not? That's the first thing. Then second, what food you made? Third thing, what was the recipe used? And the best friend will never give the correct recipe. That's the absolute thing. So anyway, I would like people to do this and share their experience. And sometimes what happens is, it may take us some months or some days for the effect to come in. Here are some points that people can go to mindtools.com. Okay, there's a website on the net, from which this has been taken. It's a very wonderful site. I want you all to visit that and see this, that it should be in the present tense, as if it's already happening. Your affirmation, should be in the present tense. Okay, I mean, I'm saying all this for the viewers. Girinder Bhai has already said it. Girinder Bhai has already said it. So you need to believe that your statement is true. That kind of thing. And it's like you're well prepared and well rehearsed. and you don't feel nervous while speaking in front of a group, something like that, then it lies in the power of repetition, So Girindra Bhai has given a three thing, you can say three times. Okay, law of three,
Yeah.
Here it says this: as soon as you get into a negative mode, you can redo it at that time. If you're getting into depression at that moment of time, even if you completed your morning ritual of affirmations, you can redo it. It may take you only 10 more seconds. So you don't. It's like your car. You don't suddenly reduce the speed. All of a sudden while on a highway. Okay, so that is one. And as I said earlier, and also Girindra Bhai said earlier, your affirmations are more effective when it is said with feeling, when they are thought. The thought is strong. The thought is strong. So this will help you to change. And most important is, I find this a very big problem in myself, my own self. Because at the end of the day, I start my work at 5:30, 5 o'clock at times, and I finish at 2 o'clock with hardly few hours of sleep, and that too not a good sleep, because of the amount of work, amount of WhatsApp, amount of messages, emails, and stupid comments on YouTube. So it's great to make a comment on someone, but at the end of the day, are you a positive thinker or a negative thinker? Is it going to impact your career? Okay, is it going to impact your relationships? One wrong comment from your side, okay, will it impact your career or your relationship with your boss? Okay, what I believe, okay, is, because this is so lacking in me. Okay, this is so lacking in me. What I believe, and Girindra Bhai should, this thing is, I try to use Jyotish. When we see a horoscope, okay, when we see a horoscope, the first thing we see, what is the obstruction house? That is the Badak house. Who is the Badakesh? That is the lord of that house. Is it Jupiter? Is it this? Is it that? If you are traveling, life is like you're traveling from one end of the table to the other end of the table. Okay. If you want to run fast, you're doing affirmations to run fast. Okay. Okay, you are doing everything to run fast and get your goal and get as closer to your goal in the most shortest amount of time. You want to be a billionaire. Okay, so you want it in the shortest amount of time. So the first thing you need to remove is the obstructions. And obstructions is your negative thinking. And I have been committing this mistake for so many times, and I try to come out of it. But then my life is, sometimes I feel, my life is more dramatic, as compared to any other astrologer's life. Because an astrologer just waits for 5 clients a day and he's made his money. For me, it's not like that, because I don't do predictions or any of that sort. So it's about getting rare knowledge out. And if you remove the negatives out of your life, if you become more positive, if you stop thinking negative, I might not succeed in this, but if you will succeed, you will find your affirmations working more faster, more effectively, and in a more grandeur manner. The universe will give back to you. Am I right or wrong, Girindra Bhai?
You are perfectly right, and I only want to add one more thing to our viewers. That and I have told it in my past videos also, that the best thing is to write your affirmations, because now you are getting very clear and able to write affirmation and repeating and doing everything. But write it on a paper and put it on your west zone. For sure. Because that is the zone of gains and profits. And the Vastu of the house is also going to help you a lot. And finding the general west zone of a house is not a big thing. You can very easily find it with the help of a compass. And especially regarding to the problem of the servant, like you were talking, that it was the issue of Saturn. I am not dare to move into your domain of astrology, but I can only speak one word, that west is also the direction of Saturn, actually.
Okay.
So that is going to help more in terms of the issues of servants.
Okay. So we can write, I'm having a wonderful, working servant who's efficient, on time,
Yes.
that kind of thing. You can create it, and of course.
Like you can write, like, I'm so happy and full of gratitude that I have found the one of the best servants for me. That's it.
That's it.
And place it in your best zone of the house.
You make it so easy. You're the master of affirmations. You make it so easy. Thank you. I know for me, I had to think quite so much, but you've been doing this for so long. And once again, before I end this session, I must thank Girinder Bhai, and I'll give you a small example. I moved into my house finally, and I think it was a few months back. The carpenters, interior decorators were taking time, giving me a hard time, very hard time. And I had called up Girinder Bhai. I said, man, what do I do? He gave me this TVM method, triumphantly, miraculously, victoriously, miraculously method. And I kept on telling my wife, do it. I did it little bit. Honestly, at that time, I was in very bad shape. And you know that the interior guy is out there. He's given me on a piece of paper a quotation, and he's straight away denying that quotation. It's his own handwriting, whatever. They do all this. Okay. So I lost it. A couple of times it happened, and I lost it. I said the thing, but we did this. And finally, it all went on for so many months. And finally, I think in a span of 2 months, we saw light. We moved. We started moving. All that kind of thing. So maybe I did not do it effectively. Because I did it a few times. I'll be honest about it. My wife also did it, and I used to keep on reminding her. The problem with me is I remind people of what they need to do, but I don't do it myself. That's the problem with me.
Yes.
So, she did it, and we are here. Thank you so much, Girinder Bhai. You created a miracle in us. Okay, and I hope after this video, I hope I start my daily affirmations, and I hope the readers will also take it slow. Thank you so much. Start creating miracles.